Hello, everyone. Welcome, Christmas celebrators out there. Hey, Christmas fam out there. Happy Christmas and Merry Hanukkah. We are actually, apparently, Trump is sending a $90 trillion package to Israel for Hanukkah this year. So I really support that. We need to spend more money on, stuff that doesn't help anybody. So I think it's a great idea. Trump's out there cooking. Hey guys, is anyone, you know what I gotta say about this Christmas, guys? If you know anybody celebrating, if you're going to anyone's house this Christmas, all I have to say is, let him cook. Let him cook, everybody. If they are cooking, let them cook. Like, wow, he's really cooking right now. Just like Trump is doing. I mean, everybody knows that he's saving America. He's draining the swamp. I mean, hey, any day now we're gonna have the income tax taken away. That's definitely happening. All you Trump people out there, look, he's delivering. No, any day now he's gonna do it. Any day now he's gonna arrest people he said he was gonna arrest too. So, yeah, I got my Christmas background here. I mean, I guess a reverb doesn't make sense. It's like there wouldn't be this kind of sound in this kind of house. It would just be cozy kind of sound. That's my fireplace. A lot of wood back there. No, just kidding. Thank you for the free stock image of somebody having a Christmas setup. What we can do now is no one can afford anything in society anymore. So, God, I hate this webcam. Maybe I should put it on the side. I just can't look at it. I want to look at myself because I can see myself. Like I'm not looking up at the camera. Like doesn't make sense. Hey guys, celebrate Christmas. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Hey, be nice to your fellow American, or more importantly, other country person. I don't know where I'm going with any of this, guys. It's a holiday season. I was sick this past week. But yeah, nobody can really afford anything anymore. So instead, we're gonna have everything's gonna be rent to own from now on. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they said holiday shoppers are gonna spend $200 more on gifts this year than last year due to because they're getting the same amount of stuff it's saying, but we're just paying $200 more. Yeah, that makes sense. Although it's blaming it on tariffs. I don't know if that's why, but maybe it is. 45% of Americans plan to spend money on flights or hotels this holiday season, spending $2,586 on average. I mean, that's way too much. I guess I'm lucky. I don't have to really buy a ton of stuff for Christmas. And look at this, guys. I mean, this is nearly 3/4 of 2025 holiday shoppers plan to use credit cards for at least part of their gift shopping this year. And some may be still paying off debt from last holiday season. This is like something I just do not understand this. Like, I know that, I don't know. I don't understand why you would use a credit card on. Just say you can't do it this year. Just say, hey, I'm not going to be able to get as many things. Why are you taking on debt for Christmas gifts? Even if you have kids, it just sounds like, I don't know, what is that? Like keeping up with your neighbors? What is that? This year, consider gifting yourself the breaking or giving yourself the gift of breaking the cycle of holiday debt. So I don't like. I've never taken out credit for Christmas gifts. Sound off in the comments if you have, because I mean, sound off, guys. If you have gone into debt and you pay off your Christmas gifts the next year, I mean, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? Okay, and this is another thing I wanted to talk about. Nearly 1/5 of this year's holiday shoppers said they'll use buy now, pay later services. I have seen a lot of them on like every site now. It's like, do you want to do flex paying or something where you can pay off like, and a lot, I guess it says interest free, some of it, and that's better than credit cards, but I mean, it's basically layaway or something, except you get it first. You guys remember layaway? I don't. What was the point of layaway? I don't know. I talked about it in an old video. I'm not gonna go into all that again. I mean, how do you like? This is something where. Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Come on, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, guys! Come on! How annoying was that? That was really loud. What if that was how I sounded, how I had that thing on the whole time? Hey guys, wake up. This is an announcement. Quit putting Christmas items on your credit cards. Okay? I go around with a bullhorn and I just say that to everybody. Like, I mean, I have had like, economics classes in school, maybe. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Well, there's home economics in school. I don't even know if they do that anymore. But then they have like economics classes, and a lot of those are just in college. Like, but I don't really know if they even tell, like, they should really teach you at a young age, like, hey, don't take on credit. Like, don't waste your money. Don't like spend all your money or spend more than you make. And it seems like common sense, but I mean, a lot of people aren't. Maybe their parents are like that, and then they just follow the example, I guess. I mean, it's easy for them to blame tariffs, but I'm sure those definitely, obviously, are increasing costs. Like, I see a lot of the Trump supporters were just like, it's good, it's just good. Anything Trump does, I'm gonna defend it. Because that's how we are now. I mean, I don't know. Like, if we all should, like, because, the economy's not getting any better. People should be not buying as much on holiday stuff. That actually does send a message, I think, that, hey, we need help with the economy. Like, but if you're going to use credit and shit, like, they're encouraging people on websites now to use like Affirm or whatever it's called. Yeah, I don't know. I'm no money expert, but it's just common sense. Like, but yeah. So there was a whole tragedy recently. I've been pretty like really annoyed at everyone. I've kind of not been looking at I don't know, Twitter and stuff as much because I'm just disgusted with the Rob Reiner situation. We all know what happened, and I don't. You gotta be kidding me. Look, I don't. See, this is the problem. Like, everybody's trying to look for a reason that this guy did this. Like, why would he kill his parents? And now I guess everybody's like, oh, he had schizophrenia, or and somehow antipsychotics make you psychotic, I guess this person is saying. Then this person saying, oh, it may be weed-induced psychosis, though. Yeah, that makes you kill. What are you talking about? I mean, has anybody ever been high on weed? Are you kidding me? Like, unless it's laced with some crazy shit, but even then, like, how is that going to make you murder your parents? What are you talking about? So, yeah, he was obviously like an addict and he was living on the streets. And everybody's like, oh, drugs did it. Well, we got to stop the drugs. Maybe he's just like a psycho, you know? Maybe I don't understand. I don't understand anybody anymore. Like, both sides are trying to look for reasons that this kid did this. I mean, yeah, he was clearly a spoiled kid, and he kept getting sent to rehab, or he kept getting a million chances. And I think back, like, I don't know, 40, 50 years ago or whatever it was, he would have been in an institution. And I do think this guy needs to be in one. Although that's kind of arguing in favor of his insanity defense, which, like, I don't know if I buy that, because all these warning, like, people saying he was crazy for years and stuff. Like, are you, like, I don't know how you're going to argue that if, you know, because they said Rob Reiner was, like, so worried he brought him to the Conan O'Brien's party. He, like, didn't want to leave him home alone. So, like, yeah, okay, schizophrenia, like, yeah, that's made people do things, I guess. But, like, I don't know if, like, what, I'm just going to Google the violence and schizophrenia. See, like, it always comes up with these, like, medical journal articles, and it's like, okay, so it looks like, well, I don't know. I do see people saying, like, hey, you know, we don't want to increase stigma against schizophrenic people. Okay, here it says, and this was a few years ago, Oxford or something. Okay, it was in a psychiatry journal. So they wanted to reduce stigma, but then this said, 1 in 4 men and 1 in 10 women with schizophrenia will have serious violent outcomes. So, okay. All right, so I guess maybe, okay, so I guess maybe I'm not right on this. Like I always assume somebody's just a psycho and they have, you know, no moral compass. I know he's a celeb's kid, so everybody says he's spoiled, but why would that make you murder? Like, well, I guess in the Murdaugh family, same thing. But that son sounded like a psycho too, so I don't. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Like, does being a rich kid make you just not have morals, or, like, you know, no right from wrong, or murder? Like, so, like, when I first heard this, what I usually go to is like, all right, so maybe, because to me, there's such a thing as being born evil, and I don't think a lot of people think this is a real thing. I was talking to Twitter on people and with people on Twitter, and they were arguing that, like, it's the way you're raised. You're raised a bad way. Like, I don't think so. You know, there's people who have been assaulted or molested, or, like, had a terrible childhood. Like, there's no way all of them go on to become violent, horrible murderers, you know? Like, and all the murderers that are out there, they clearly have no conscience. Like, there's just no, and I know they've, like, looked at their brain, and there's no, like, they just don't have that part of the brain, or they don't, like, um actually, I guess I'll look that up too. Yeah, psychopath brain versus normal brain. So, these like some AI summaries up here, it's like, I don't know if they're always correct, but I can't turn it off somehow. Studies do show that a psychopath's brain is different from a normal brain. Significant differences in all these areas of the brain. Okay, so how are you going to argue that? Well, I guess people would argue that they're being raised made their brain like work differently. I don't understand what this argument. Like, if anybody somehow watches this video, sound off. Sound off in the comments. Like and subscribe. But like, so okay, the people that don't think people are born evil and it's just environmental, how do you explain this? How do you explain that the brain scans are different and like they don't work right? How? So this is what I thought of Nick Reiner. He's got to be a psychopath. He was born with a different brain, or born evil. Now, I know evil is associated with, like, being religious, I guess. So people are like, oh, I don't, that's like, no, that's not true. Come on, that can't be true because it's not scientific. It's like saying evil. That's like, I mean, people, if you don't think there are bad people out there, okay, you don't have to call it evil, I guess. Like, but what's the difference? And it's like, it's not even saying that the Satan is like controlling people or something, but like people with just evil. Like, there's like a good percentage of people in prison or criminals that like they'll just keep doing bad things over and over. There's no saving them. That's what they say about psychopathtic people. Like, you can't fix it. Like, same thing with like a narcissist, I guess. That's like a clinical definition of one. And psychopath is pretty much the same. Like, that's my feeling about Nick Reiner, but I guess maybe he could be schizophrenic and then got violent. I guess that's the thing. I mean, like, I just looked it up thinking that it wouldn't really be that high of a rate, but I guess it is higher than I thought, especially with men. This research throws some interesting questions. If a psychopath's brain is different, shouldn't they be treated differently? If a person suffered a brain injury, then did a crime, we would not send them to prison. So I don't think that's true. I mean, Aaron Hernandez. I mean, well, they didn't know. I guess he had, that shitty brain or whatever. So like, then these people are like, oh, we need to have sympathy for psychopaths. It's like they don't have that. They can't have that. It's not even like they don't. Like, even if they wanted to, it doesn't happen, And this is why they keep getting away with stuff, because people don't think evil's real. They don't think people are born evil or born. I mean, there's no all the stuff I've heard. Like, I used to look up a lot of this stuff. Like, I guess I was fascinated with, like, serial killers and people who, like, why do people get that way, or like, and that's why. And like all the stuff they say about psychopaths is that they can't be cured. There's no, they're born that way. There's no way to change it. So, like, if you don't think that, if you think they can be changed, you're basically going to be screwed. You're going to be taken advantage of, or maybe killed by the person. I mean, and and I know this is kind of out there, but like, I actually think these people might be a different, like, almost race, like, not the human race. Like, maybe they're like, Because when you, like, cavemen, there were, like, different races of humans back then, which is really kind of crazy to me. Like, there were, like, Neanderthals and then, like, Denisovans or something like that. There were, like, different races. So I'm like, were they the non-Neanderthal people, like, or is every psychopath part, like, Nephilim or something? Like, are they... It does seem like that would make sense. Like, that's actually almost the only thing that would make sense to me. Because why would it be so, like, common? It is, like, it's actually pretty common compared to, like, somebody getting a traumatic brain injury or, like, being born with some crazy disorder or, like, birth defect. Like, it seems pretty common that people are like this. So, but, you know, now he's arguing that he's, like, crazy. At first, people were like, oh, drugs are hard, man. Guys, drugs are hard, you know? Drugs are rough. What can I say? I mean, they make you kill your parents, I guess. Like, people were kind of saying that, like, at first. I'm like, what drug addict do you know that murdered their parents in a fit of whatever? So apparently Conan O'Brien stopped guests from calling 911 when the Reiners had a fight at his party. Someone wanted to call the police. That's interesting. Man, Conan's probably... Oh, that sucks, actually, now that I think about it. Conan might be really beating himself up now. But actually, probably nothing would have happened. The cops would have came, and then they would have been, like, de-escalating it, and that's it. I don't... Because they're rich, too. They're not going to just take Nick Reiner. So, I don't know if Conan's beating himself up, but, like, I bet you everybody at that party is fucked up now, like, from that. Because, like, you just saw both of them, and they had a fight, and he was being weird with everybody, apparently. This is the craziest celebrity. I can't think of, like, any other celebrity crazier thing except for O.J. Simpson. There were a couple, like, celebrities that, like, may have killed their wife, but nothing this crazy that I can think of. Like, yeah, OJ was kind of like you know, but this is like the craziest thing I've heard of. Oh wow, some guests worried that Nick needed to be placed on a psychiatric hold. Well, they were right. Wow. So I'm just learning this, guys. It's not breaking news, but breaking news. Not really, but to me anyway, apparently, Rob told some friends during the party that he was petrified that Nick had hurt him. A source allegedly that guests were left in tears. Oh, that's after a gathering. Wow. Okay, so they might be, like, talking to people now, like celebrities that were at the party. Apparently, Rob said, I'm petrified of Nick. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm afraid of my own son. Jesus Christ, man. Man, that would suck, like, if you talked to him and he said that to you. Holy shit. So another thing that's been bothering me about this is, you know, it's being used for, like, political stuff, kind of. Like, I mean, a lot of people are saying how horrible it is, but then some people are actually, like, well, Trump put out that whole tweet, like, oh, he had TDS, so, but, you know, shame what happened, but he did have TDS. Like, I don't know. So, I don't, which was a terrible tweet that Trump put out. I mean, I don't know that you can, I don't know if Trump meant, like, you know, what he meant exactly, but then some people are saying, like, well, fuck him, like, you know, he probably was glad Charlie Kirk died, and he apparently wasn't. Like, there was quotes where he said, like, it's a terrible way to go out and all this stuff. Like, saying it was really terrible. And I don't care how much TDS someone has. Like, you don't, like, celebrate. You don't go, like, oh, too bad he had TDS. God. You know what? It's like, I mean, this is like a celebrity. Like, what's crazy is this is a celebrity. Because there have been, man, there were stories about, like, grown kids killing their parents, like, not that long ago. Like, there were a few of those. And I know one was just like, or there were a couple where it was just like, the son should have been moved out and he just, it's like you have these kids that don't want to grow up and, like, I mean, in this case, like, yeah, they should have put him in, like, they should have done the psychiatric hold. Like, if you're afraid of your own son, I think it's time to do something drastic. I mean, I don't think this was drugs. This wasn't like, oh, he's jonesing. So why would that make you afraid of your son? I mean, maybe he just realized that, like, then, which is pretty crazy too, but what the hell does that have to do with it? Nick Reiner was booked. You know who's not? Anthony Fauci. Okay. What is that? What? And then, look, like, what is the point of all this stupid, like, trying to, why do we always do this? I mean, I guess it's because it's like, oh, this is a crazy event. Let's try to figure out why. But, like, why? Why do we always have to go, well, it was this. Oh, it was drugs. Oh, it was like, oh, he was spoiled. Yeah, you know how you're spoiled and you, like, stab your parents? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, he just looks off, and that's pretty easy to say. Like, that's the thing that everybody does too, and I do it also, where you look at pictures of the guy after he did a horrible thing, and then you go, you can just tell. And it's like, well, yeah, because a horrible thing happened. So, like, you might be, except, I don't know. I mean, look at this. Yeah, he kind of looks like he should be in an institution. He looks like Private Pile or something here. Just with that stare. Even back here, though, where it's like, oh, he looked so normal. Like, look at this, like a dead eyes. Like, nothing. I don't think, like, in this case, like, yeah, he does look, this is a case where he just does look like crazy. I mean, I know you can probably do that to any murderer, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he apparently wrote a movie that was kind of autobiographical. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're like, that's another thing I was thinking about, like, if you say, what do you do when you have a kid like this? Like, I mean, Rob said he was scared, but, like, so you don't do anything? Like, why wouldn't you put him in a psychiatric hold? Like, I don't know if they've done that before. Now he is, apparently. Now he's in a psychiatric hold. Oh, good. And I don't buy that your medication made you, what are you talking about? His schizophrenia meds made him erratic. Maybe if he was still doing drugs at the same time, or if he doesn't have schizophrenia and he just said, that's like, what, because he's trying to claim insanity right now. So why wouldn't he say, oh, I'm schizophrenic, I heard voices? How do you even prove, like, unless they can scan your brain, which I don't think they can, he had a schizophrenia diagnosis? Rob Reiner's daughter, Romy, lived in fear of Brother Nick. His outbursts were frightening because they seemed to come out of nowhere. She didn't even like the idea of him living across the street from her. She didn't think it was a good idea for him to be living in the guest house. So, yeah, no, don't listen to anything like this, people. Like, this is just like one of those cases, like, and I'm not trying to, like, I don't know, point the finger at the parents that is their fault or anything, but like this is all like, red flags that like are just obvious, like gut feelings. People like people want to pretend they're not real or something. Like, oh, that's, especially people on the left. I mean, they kind of want to make everything about like either science or like I don't know, just like intellectualizing everything. Like they would never be like, oh, I feel like he bad. Or I feel like evil or something. Like they can't admit that. Yet the daughter was this whole time like worried about that. Like, and they're ignoring all those kind of feelings. I mean, don't ignore stuff like that. Uh, See, this is what we do need institutions for. Like, I guess there was a lot of abuse of institutions, and then that's why they closed them. Like, parents were just like putting their kid in there because they were like annoying or something. um, but like, this is like a good case for like, yeah, probably put him away. I mean, definitely put him away. Like, I know he's your kid, and you don't want to say there's something dark there, but like, I don't know. You kind of have to. Like, I don't know. That's gotta like that is a really scary thing. Like that if you have a kid, what if they turn out like this? What if they turn out to be like a crazy psycho? Like, and it's not even your fault because people. That's another thing. Like, if people think it's only environmental that makes people like do evil things, then you're blaming the parents. Like, what if they weren't? But what if they were good parents? Like, somebody says here, no one is born evil or racist. Well, I don't think anyone's born racist, obviously, but a sociopath is not born evil. What are you talking about? That's a good way to get taken advantage of. Like some people are born evil. So that's the thing where I think like educated people that think they're smart, like they're the least likely to say someone's born evil because they're like, no, that's like, how do you say no one is born evil? How can you even say that? You know, if their brains are like are scanned and they do work differently, and there's like evidence, like that they don't have the same activity and they show up differently. I don't see how like how you were raised is gonna make your brain do that. Like I just don't get it. I don't know. See, like the no one is born evil thing is basically like it's naive thinking to me. It's one of those cases where somebody almost the same as like somebody being pro socialist. It's like, oh well, we can definitely have a society where like everybody's equal and there's no one's held above the other person. That'll work. That's definitely gonna work because it's something that I want. Like no, that's just not how humans are. Like I mean, okay, I guess in an ideal world, I guess, even though people would have to be okay with just not um everything being the same. Like you can't really get rich, you can't do anything. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's an argument where like even if somebody is born with that kind of brain, they can get raised better and they don't kill people. I mean, maybe. But then again, that still means they still have the same brain, so I mean, okay, so I guess people think it's dangerous to think people are born evil. I mean, I get how you think that, like because it could clearly be like used in a terrible way. Like he's born evil. There's no saving. But like, I don't know. I think at some point we're gonna have technology where we can literally just scan a person's head or something, and then it shows their mental illness. Like, but people might not believe it either. They might be like, "Oh, they make it up." I don't know. But now we're just going on what people say. You know, they're like, "Oh, I have ADD because I told somebody that this is how." But you have to tell someone. Like, there's no scanning your brain or something. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty dark and depressing for this holiday season.
Dark. It's gonna be a dark Christmas. It's gonna be a fucking dark Christmas this year. Okay, we're gonna talk about dark shit the whole fucking time. Merry Christmas. It's dark, dude.
So there's a lot of I just searched viral video, like it's gonna show a certain one. But yeah, I think this is the one I was looking for. So apparently a leftist nurse posted a video to TikTok, which has now gone viral. Remember when like that was a new thing? And like a viral video was like new? I mean, I guess that was back at like, oh God, that was like 2005 or something. I don't know. Where they had like viral things that went viral that would, but they weren't like, yeah, we didn't have phones in our pockets yet. As soon as that happened, that's when all this started. And like, my problem with this is it's a Black Mirror society. Like everybody still says stuff like that's like Black Mirror, but it's like, no, we're in Black Mirror. Like we are like at least a mild Black Mirror society now. And that's because at any moment you can be filmed by someone who has a phone which has a camera and it's always on them. If you are obnoxious somewhere, or if you're just doing something, I don't know, weird or like whatever, you can be filmed and you will, like, everyone will see it. And you'll be publicly shamed. So I don't know what else could be more Black Mirror than that. Like, but I guess that's what everybody's okay with. This is the thing. Like, no one, for some reason, no one is like, oh, I don't really like this. Everybody's just like, oh my God, did you see that video? And there's no like thought of how society is now. I mean, a lot of the videos are of people being like, you can't really, it's hard to defend them, but it's also like, a lot of it is out of context. I mean, most of it are out of context and they're just like short little clips. It could happen to anybody. If you ever raise your voice in a grocery store or something, if you ever get upset in public, I mean, yeah, that could go online and you could be publicly shamed and laughed at. But that's the society now. I can't really change it or anything, but. So yeah, this leftist nurse went up to an elderly Target employee because she was wearing a Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt. And she was trying to clearly do a TikTok video. That's why she did it. So I guess I have less sympathy because she was clearly trying to make a TikTok viral video against. So they were confronting him her over the Charlie Kirk shirt, which is like really, like, why? I mean, it's not even a Trump shirt. Like, it's just a guy that, you know, and he got assassinated. How, you know. So, but anyway, so she got like publicly shamed after this, and I'm not really gonna defend this person because, yeah, if she has she posted the video to TikTok, so I guess she's asking for it, but still, I mean, she's clearly fired, probably, I'm guessing. This is funny too. This must go viral. Yeah, you can't make a video go viral. You can't just say we have to make this viral. Yeah. Well, wow, this is my own tweet that came up here. We really need to focus on the economy. Every outrage bait video, every left versus right thing needs to be ignored. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with myself there, because all this shit is like stupid. Like we're fighting over like Rob Reiner's death. Like, and also, why is everybody spending so much time? Like, what is this? Like, what is going on? Where like, okay, Rob Reiner was clearly super anti-Trump and obnoxious. I didn't never really saw his tweets, but I guess he was really obnoxious. So is like Stephen King and people like that. But I mean, if Stephen King got, I mean, there's no like, it's just terrible. That's it, And then people can speculate on like what was wrong with Nick, his son, but everybody immediately made it a thing that they wanted it to be about. They're like, "Oh, see, drugs, drugs." Guys, I mean, drugs, like this is what I'm saying. Drugs make you stab your parents to death. Obviously, happens to everybody. Oh, maybe it was cannabis psychosis. Yeah, and there was that viral video of the Cinnabon girl who. So the thing about that is like, it's still, I don't know. I mean, were they coming back so often that the only way to get them to stop is calling them the N word? Is like, it's pretty crazy. This is what, like two different white women, who just call people the N word in a viral video. That is kind of crazy. And you wouldn't even expect like, oh, a Cinnabon employee is going to do it, and they're not like, they're Somali too. I guess she probably didn't care, but like, well, the thing about these also, it's like, yeah, for a week or two, people talk about it, people will recognize her, but how much longer will people even know who she is? Like, if they see her in public, how many people are even going to go, oh, that's the Cinnabon N-word lady? So I guess everybody in that viral video was bad, like the people taunting her, but then like it's like, I don't really understand going to the N-word like right away, or maybe it wasn't right away. Maybe they kept coming back, like, which is pretty crazy. I mean, why? Like, Cinnabon isn't even that great. Like, I don't know. But I get, yeah, this is society now. Like, it's like, I hope I don't go viral. Yeah, a lot of these viral videos are people on TikTok, so it's like, well, yeah, there were like, I don't know, viral videos used to be a lot just like funny. Like, but now they almost seem fake, like they're all like fake. And they're like astroturfed and somebody's like making it go viral. Now it's all like outrage stuff, but like, yeah, this was all like, these weren't even filmed by people. It wasn't public stuff. Like now it's all people in public being, and then being shamed. And it might not be you who can be, because these are all like public shaming things where like somebody is obnoxious in public and then like it goes viral. Maybe it won't be you. It'll be somebody that like has a bad temper, and then they go viral. Like, what if one of your parents does? Are you still gonna? It's just like, it's scary. Yeah, see, they used to be like fun, even though these clips don't work, or these links aren't working anymore. But yeah, this one where the lady like stomping grapes like fell and like 20 million views. Oh, 2007. I don't know that one. Yeah, the double rainbow guy. That was 2010. This seems like a fake one. This seems like one of the first fake ones. Leave Britney Alone was one, 2007. Yeah, Newgrounds was one of the sites back then. And there was the Star Wars kid, which it was 2000. Oh, it was a video of him in 2002, and then it went viral. And damn, he got teased and bullied from people. See, this is what I'm talking about. Keyboard cat is like, that's just a GIF now. Yeah, they used to be just like funny stuff. Now it's just like, can you believe this leftist or this Trump person or like, hopefully next 2006, guys, it's all going to change. Yes, we can. I came up with a motto for 2026, guys, and it is, yes, we can, and change. Those are two original mottos that came up for next year, guys. But yes, we can make 2026 a good year. So here's this is just a stupid thing, but I wanted to address this huge controversy. No. So I've been pretty annoyed about there's going to be there's two new Tomb Raider games that Amazon is making, which not a good sign already. But the first one is just a remake of the first Tomb Raider. So and people online were saying, "Oh, we won against woke because like she looks like she used to or something." Yeah, they're all saying like, "Oh, she looks like a woman again." So like we won against woke, obviously, like because anyway, I guess I can't find what I was looking for, but there were people saying, "Yeah, Tomb Raider's back and she looks like a woman again." I mean, the newer game she looked like a woman. I don't know what they're talking about. Like I do think some of this anti-woke stuff is like going overboard because they're apparently doing a new Tomb Raider where it's just like the first game remade again, which they already remade before. So it's going to be the second remake of the first game. Like, why would you be excited about that? Fucking ridiculous. Why? I could see if I don't know, if it was maybe a prequel or something. I don't know, some kind of side story, but like, just it's a fucking second remake of something. Like, I don't know. There really like isn't anything original anymore. Like now, I just like, man, just a lot of shit. Just I don't know. They have to do like original stuff, like something, just anything that's not remaking something or just like a sequel or a new take on. It's a new modern take on the thing we already did. But yeah, it's not great. Like okay, they're making a couple new Tomb Raiders. I mean, I guess the second one doesn't sound like a remake, but why even do a remake? Why? You know why? They're gonna make it like easy. They're gonna make, I don't know. Ugh, so stupid. Everybody's like stupidly. I don't even know if people know it's a remake. They're just like, oh wow, look, Tomb Raider's back. They don't even read that it's a remake of the first game again. God. That's one good thing about the Star Wars sequels. I mean, even though they were a mess, like at least they didn't remake, even though I guess the first Force Awakens kind of is the first Star Wars anyway, but it's not literally just a remake of it. Like, imagine if they were like, hey, we're just going to remake the first three Star Wars and we're just going to. Ugh. I mean, that is like a pretty bad sign too. Like, hey guys, the only thing, hey guys, something really exciting is coming out. Oh, and it's a remake of a game that already happened, and everybody's actually excited. Like, that's how that shows you we don't have like anything exciting happening. That game Skyrim has never been followed up on, and I've been playing that recently again, and that is still better than like every new game. That's pretty sad. That was like 2011, 10, I don't know when it came out, but I don't know. Come on, guys, you got to do better. Anyway, everybody have a good holiday season. Next time I'll try to be entertaining. I'll try to make this like funnier or like something. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll just not put this one out. I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame what drugs do. They make you commit patricide on both parents. Like if you do weed, you get weed psychosis. Very common. It's a very common symptom of doing weed is patriciding, or I don't know if that's the dad one or the like. Guys, be careful when you do weed out there. You're gonna, because Nick Reiner did weed, and obviously that's why he murdered his parents. Like, there's clearly a big correlation there. It's not my current thing I'm talking about. So now they're going back. They're searching for things to criticize Rob Reiner about for some reason. Rob Reiner called Rush Limbaugh a purveyor of disinformation. All right, why? What does that have to do with him being murdered by his kid? Like what? So like, guys, just so you know, he said this about Rush Limbaugh. Okay. I mean, Rush Limbaugh also wasn't murdered by his parents. He had like cancer, I think, or something. So somebody else is saying Rob Reiner has blood on his hands for orchestrating the Russian collusion hoax. So that's pretty much a woke argument there. I mean, that's saying words lead to violence, or whatever it's called. Scotastic terrorism. Somebody else defending Trump here. Look, Rob Reiner said all this about Trump. Okay. Rob Reiner spent years lecturing America about Republican gun violence, yet he was killed by his own son with a knife. Oh, the irony. This is where we are right now, guys, in society. How can I dunk on the other side every fucking thing that happens? Yeah, the Charlie Kirk celebrating was terrible, but it's actually worse. The Rob Reiner thing's worse. Like, and it wasn't a political thing. His son wasn't like a Trump. Like, why are they making this political? And I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've seen really that many of it. Oh, I guess I saw Stand By Me and Misery and Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap is like the top like rock and roll parody. Okay, TDS is real and Rob Reiner died from it. What are you talking about? Trump didn't rejoice in there. Yeah, I don't really like, this is just fucking embarrassing that we're like this now. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Rob Reiner was obsessed with it. So are all these people. So like, what is this? Like, I agree with this. Nobody gives a fuck if you disagreed with Rob Reiner, just as nobody cares if you disagree with Charlie Kirk. You don't have to, you could be upset they were murdered without having to make sure you check in with your crowd, with your in crowd. Yeah. That's what everybody's doing now. They're like, hey, man, he was really like obsessed with Trump. Like, what is this, too? What are you talking about? Yeah, Rob Reiner spent the later stage of his life dedicated to. Yeah, he became very political. The idea that everyone's supposed to overlook this and then talk about how much they love the Princess Bride is pure nonsense. I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, it's in like how is it not like in poor taste to do that? Like what how is there logic to just saying why are you I mean, he was murdered by his son. Like why are you bringing up how political he was or how insanely political he was? Um I mean, I agree with his family. Well, okay, there's a thing where like yeah, wondering I guess isn't bad or whatever. It's just like I don't think you have to immediately come out like immediately cuz everybody immediately does this. It's not like a week goes by and then people start to talk about other things about him. Like it's right away. I mean, there's no like I mean, again, him and his wife were stabbed to death by their son. Why are you bringing up his tweets about Trump? Like, how is there a defense for that? Like, what? And then they'll probably say something like, okay, what is the amount of time that I should wait to talk about that? Like, fine, do it. Nobody says you can't do it. Just like, you look like a scumbag. Like, it's a scumbag thing to do. That's it. And also, a lot of people are very sensitive to any kind of feedback on Twitter or social media. And I understand definitely when people are like really taking you not in good faith and like misinterpreting you or like being a certain way, like that I understand. But then like just if somebody is disagreeing or saying like, questioning something or just saying like, do you really need to, or I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just don't see what is the point of that? Like, what is the point? Like, you're saying that his obsession with Trump caused his son to do that? What are you talking about? I mean, there is an argument, and I do wonder why he. I challenge anybody to have a kid like that, and what would you do about that? I mean, yes, he should have got him put in a hold or something, like, definitely. But, like, I don't know, that's probably the hardest thing in the world to be like, my kid, just the fact that he even said, like, I'm scared of him is a pretty huge thing to do about your kid. I mean, there's like serial killers where their mom is like defending them still, like, or saying they didn't do it, I guess. Just to act like it's easy to deal with is pretty crazy. Like, yeah, I'm sure I would have been really annoyed at his tweets about Trump, like if I had followed him or something. But like, I guess I just don't see how that's related to this at all. Like, I don't even think like there's no other point to bring that up, like except to dunk on the other side or make some kind of like gross fucking like it's gross what everybody's doing. Like everybody who's twisting this into your like issue of the week or whatever point, like why can't we just go, this is pretty terrible, and that's it? I mean, you would have thought this is like one of those. Well, I guess Charlie Kirk also. And I mean, there were some of both sides saying it's terrible, but we are at the point where it's like, yeah, both sides don't do that anymore. Like, there's no, like, when I was growing up, there was always like unanimous, like, people coming together or something. Even after 9/11, people kind of, people were always saying New Yorkers came together, people came together after that, even though it was a terrible, I don't like people were more shocked and they weren't going like, New York has been very anti this person for a while, so I'm not really crying for them. I mean, that's like how dark it is now. We're basically in the like Middle Ages, like, but digitally. It's like if they had internet, they may be doing, we already have like, Luigi out there, and then we have the Charlie Kirk thing. So that's a pattern of like political, like violence, like, and people going, yeah, that's fine. Now you have like this, where it's like everybody should normally be like this is terrible. But then no, because he didn't like Trump. Like, what? And like, yeah, the left has been really terrible for a while. So now we have to match them. Like, this doesn't even have anything to do with politics, except that, yeah, maybe, I guess mentioning that he was very anti-Trump, like, I don't know. If you're going to argue anything, just argue that the son, you have to stop catering to psychos. Like, even if it's your own kid, I don't know, somehow you got to separate yourself from it and say, my kid is, dangerous. Put him away, I don't know. I just had to speak on that, guys. It's a very important platform I have here, and my followers wanted me to make a statement. So there we go. But have a Chris Hanukkah, Kwanzaamas. I try to get everything in there. And New Year's. Just 2026. Yes, we can, guys. Yes, we can, 2026.